Why you should be buying New Balances is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Man, I love fashion right now. Like, it's so cool. It's like encouraged to be ambitious and express yourself and crazy. And among the colorful and eclectic selection of sneakers that we're all seeing right now, this is the hottest shoe. I know, it sounds stupid, but go ahead and try and buy a pair of these for retail, and you'll feel your fashion backbone slip a couple of discs. And also just like, who is buying all of these? So why? What is it about this shoe that's becoming such a problem for cultural titans like Dunks or the Jordans or the Yeezys? Why is this the most aesthetic sneaker on social media? Like, why? And also, why is this the Fit Pick shoe of the year? Why? Well, I feel like there's a very logical and easy explanation to this, but if you don't think that I'm not gonna sit here and look at New Balances for 5 hours and 50 minutes just to figure this out, well, you're just like the New Balance doubters, man. Logical, probably has sex, but most importantly, you are wrong. I'm gonna do it. I already did. But before we even get into any sort of fashion argument of like, how is this even supposed to be styled, or like, why do people like this shape, or whatever, people are making excuses to buy that ALD collab, like, shut up. Before we do that, we're gonna talk about the psychology of this first, because I feel like that's the root of anything that becomes kind of hype as an anti-trend, you know? Now, people love being the first to hear about stuff, like naturally. You feel cool, you feel early, you're like, oh, I'm special. You know, like you deserve an award. It's like when you find a hot, low-key artist on SoundCloud and you're like, man, nobody's heard this. I'm about to put this on in the aux the next time we go to Chick-fil-A and it's gonna go crazy. You know, for me, the first time that ever happened and the best time that ever happened is when I found Denzel Curry's Threats in 2013, and man, I've been chasing that high ever since. But for sneakers, how are you gonna do that? Do you stalk the Nike release calendar? Do you follow all these Twitter pages about like collabs coming out? It's not that cool being early to a Nike shoe though. You know what I mean? Like, you are not special being early to finding out about a Nike Sacai collab. Like, everyone's gonna know about that shoe. Like, that's a big collab. It's like, that's like being early to a Drake song. Like, sure, you might have been awake on Friday morning and listened to the song before everyone woke up. You're like, guys, look what I just found. Like, congratulations, bro. You're such a tastemaker. You're early to New Music Friday. You should A&R for Coulda Been Records. Oh my God. What the hell? Anyways, back to the point. It's hard to feel that, like, I'm early to something feeling for a mainstream shoe. Like, even though you might find these, like, not as hype Nike shoes or Adidas shoes coming out, you're still following the trail that these big brands set for you and millions of others to follow suit on. It just defeats the whole point of finding something away from the crowd, because the crowd's gonna find that, you know? Like, the crowd is eventually gonna find out about the Sacai collab. Like, we're gonna find out. You can't pull an if you know, if everyone knows. That's the whole point. We all know. So, for shoes, at least, how do you get there? How do you separate yourself from what's on everyone's feet, you know? Because you don't want to wear the same thing as everyone. What is the iceberg to this unsinkable ship that has 3 stripes and a swoosh on the side? Introducing, exactly. Now, back to chasing that if you know factor. Think about the 550s, the 990s, the 2002Rs. Think of them like Drain Gang. Just give me 2 seconds. Just think about it. They're both off-center from the mainstream. They have a very cult following, both of them. And most importantly, gatekeeping. This is very important. Now, I know it's just 2 concepts you would have never thought been compared together. Personally, saying this stuff out loud, I never thought that I'd say this in my life. But if you take a step back and you look at the ideas and the way they're perceived in their own respective cultures, kind of the same idea. Is this kind of a stretch? I don't know. I feel like there's something there. Also related, the Ginseng Strip music video is what got me into New Balances in 2013. So I don't know. I think there is something there. Because here we are, full circle. And it's funny though, because Blade has like 400,000 followers or something on Instagram, and the tour is selling out multi-day shows across the US. But regardless, there's still this if you know novelty that comes with Drain Gang. And I feel like it's the same thing with New Balances, because even though we just got hit with a full clip of ALD 550s coming out, there's still that if you know novelty, and we all know. But it's undeniably there, at least for the time being. You know what? Forget the whole Drain Gang thing. I don't like it anymore. It's such a weird thing to think about. The 550s are actually very similar to the Stan Smith craze that happened 7 years ago. It's the exact same fashion cycle. Just think about it, right? The sneaker meta. It's getting crazier. There's stupid stuff coming out. Yeezys back then, Yeezys now, whatever. And now insert the minimal, mature option to break the meta. See where I'm coming from? And then accelerate the hype through collaborations. You see where I'm coming from? And then you just ride the wave. You just ride the wave out until it eventually repeats itself like it's doing right now. Glad I can show you that the 550s are actually just the Stan Smith 2. You know what? I'm actually more proud of the Drain Gang thing. Fuck this. Sociologically, though, this makes so much sense as to why New Balance has so much hype right now. You have the novelty of low-key branding. Low-key in quotes. I don't know. I feel like it's not even that low-key anymore. It hasn't been for years. But you have that anti-hype appeal with the minimal and mature designs compared to all this other stuff that's going on right now. But also very important, you have a massive community that thinks this way also and affirms your belief that these are actually cool and against the grain, and you're not a dumbass, and that they're actually cool and you can feel cool liking them, and that you're not a dumbass. And actually, I think that last point is bigger than the rest, because to appeal to the masses, you need mass approval, and that just goes for anything. Because naturally, for most people in fashion, the fear of failure outweighs the ambition to experiment. So then if you see a million different versions of the same fit styled with this hot new different trend, the problem with, I don't know if this is gonna work out, I might look like a dumbass wearing these big ass white orthopedic shoes, is already solved for you. There's people that have proven this concept and you don't need to be scared about it anymore. Okay, cool. So anti-hype, if you know, mass approval, but also not all the masses yet. Novelty. Now that you kind of have my broseology on this concept, it's time we can finally get into some sort of, is there any fashion weight here? Is there something cool going on fashion-wise that's making this shoe properly rated or underrated or overrated? And yeah, so here's me taking notes and analyzing New Balances so that you have reasons to convince yourself to pay resale. Yes, sir. I know why you watch these videos, dude. Like, why else would you watch these videos? But I'm gonna paint a vibe real quick. Bam. Right here, this whole aesthetic is kind of what people are shifting their lives to. A lot of people. It's a really nice MO to live by. You know, it's minimal, it's sleek, it's mature, it's clean, crisp. Maturity in minimalism and quality. This is what drives things to be aesthetic and inspo as of right now. It's just very easy to look at and very easy to appreciate, and New Balance kind of hits this market right on the nose. And also, if you like this whole vibe we got going on here, gotcha. This whole thing was made on Squarespace, the sponsor of this video. And if you like this vibe, you're gonna like Squarespace. You have no excuse. I made this whole thing on the website builder, man. I just use photos and colors, all in the Squarespace thing. Man, you know this. Squarespace is the best place to make a website for absolutely anything. You got over hundreds of designer award-winning templates so that you can make a website fit the vibe that you want, like I did right here. Bam, look at that. If you just need a website for a brand, portfolio, or whatever 2022 got in store for you, because I'm sure there's a lot, you can make everything in the website builder, no coding needed. Brand image is bigger than ever, and I feel like Squarespace really lets you hone in on that objective. Also, if you're actually trying to sell stuff and make money off of this vibe, monetize your vibe, dude. Get a bag off the vibe. There's the integrated e-commerce tools right there in the website builder. So you can sell anything, it's all on the site. And bam, it's that easy. Just go to squarespace.com/frugal-aesthetic and you'll get a free trial of the website builder if you want to go build a vibe and see it for yourself. And if you actually want to get your website going, it's 10% off your first order at squarespace.com/frugal-aesthetic. If I can make this vibe on a whim, imagine what you can with a dream, baby. All right, so the 550s right here, having shades of the Stan Smith in contemporary culture, will see a very similar effect on modern style cues, and those features being vintage and mature. These are the things that the New Balances bring to the table. So what does that mean? What do I mean by vintage and mature for clothes? When I say vintage, I mean colors, tones, cuts, And when I say mature, I mean too cool for graphics. Exactly. But I mean, in terms of silhouette and styling, at least for the shoe, it's pretty cleaned up. A lot of the shapes on the shoe have an old school feel. Like you see some of these details, like they just feel very retro almost. And even the way the colors are incorporated, it stays pretty tame for the most part, especially when you compare it to like the new Yeezys and Jordans coming out. This right here is a breath of fresh air. And like I've said before, I feel like fashion's really moving towards this big picture fit styling meta. Rather than statement pieces, like if you look at these outfits, like they all kind of work together as a whole. It requires all of the pieces working together to make the fit complete, as opposed to just throwing on something neutral and slapping a loud pair of Jordans on them like we've been doing for the past 7 years, man. And I think the 550s do a really good job at setting the foundation for a lot of the aesthetics that these minimal fits kind of thrive on. And you know, this type of vibe right here, especially this guy right here, it's like kind of the flavor of the month right now. And on top of that, like this type of shoe just becomes so easy to wear and slap onto your outfits that it just kind of becomes your daily. And if your daily is kind of the bread and butter of the whole aesthetic that your wardrobe is kind of shifting to, like why wouldn't you want this in your closet? And why wouldn't you want like more of them? And sure, you know, they're a bit pricey. Like damn, I'll be wearing this every day though. Like it's a timeless silhouette that's never gonna get washed away on trends. But also, they are a little hype, I'm not gonna lie. But not that I care about that. I'm totally all about the aesthetic, and I just really want to mature my style. But they are a little hype though, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like this argument, this back and forth with yourself is a lot more viable than what you're gonna be talking about with, well, I don't have this color of dunks. But what makes the 550s so coveted is also its downfall. They all look the same, man. Let's just be honest here. Let's just sit down and think about this and be realistic for 5 minutes. Look at this spread right here. These are all different models. They all do the same thing for your fit. Like you could have an outfit right here. I'll put an outfit on the screen with no feet. Chop his ankles off, no feet. You could plug them in. You could plug these in to his ankles and they would all do the same thing. Like it would be the same exact outfit. I think these are like M&Ms, right? You know M&Ms. They're all different, you know? You get a bunch of them, but they all taste the same. They all do the same thing. You get the same sensation no matter what color you're biting into. The flavor's all the same, but also we can all agree that the green ones are the sexy. The green ones are the best one. The same goes for the 550s. But to scratch that itch that the 550s can't reach, New Balance has a really good pairing, and that is the 990. You got something creative on the board right now. I really like to think of New Balance's reign right now the same way that Adidas had the culture in a chokehold with this pairing. Right here in 2016, we had the Stan Smith, a very classic, mature silhouette for streetwear, and then the king, the comfy king, the athletic sneaker silhouette of the next 3 years, the Ultra Boost. You kind of get two different parts of streetwear. The same way that we have the current dynamic duo, which is the 550, obviously passing the Stan Smith, passing the torch to the 550, and you're seeing the 990 fill a gap in the style meta that the 550 can't fill, which is the same way the Ultra Boosts were kind of there too for the Stan Smith in a more athletic, sporty type of angle. The 990 and a couple of other cool New Balance models like the 2002R, for example, bringing a lot of variation to people's wardrobes. And this opens up so many more doors when it comes to style experimentation, but also staying within reasonable realms of like, I'm not gonna be so out there, you know, like they're New Balances. You kind of have that safety net of the New Balance branding, and also even some of the colors, like this is probably one of the easiest colors to style. Throw back to 2017 when 990s were slowly creeping their way into a lot of people's outfits, but also getting absolutely clowned on the whole time. I remember that. We all remember when dad shoes were like the lowest hanging fruit in fashion memes. Well, it's 2022 now, and no one cares anymore, and people actually kind of like it. And with dad shoes becoming more and more accepted into multiple different types of styles, and just becoming a staple and kind of shifting away from the main type of sneaker silhouette, New Balance kind of is just at the right place at the right time. Just more people are taking shots at the dad shoe, and you're also seeing cool stuff pop up like this, the 2002R protection pack right here. This is genuinely one of my favorite sneakers. This one specifically, this colorway, is one of my favorite sneakers that's released in so long. And this just shows the potential of New Balance in terms of like breaking the mold and kind of shifting away from regular just like recolors or whatever the hell we're doing to re-release the breads for the 10th time. And just even finding cool ways to switch up basics and like regular looking shoes like the JJ Jound 990 V4. Or whatever, damn, that sound like a Porsche. Like this navy one right here is sick. It's just a really nice triple dark tone sneaker that would be really easy to throw on like multiple different color palettes. And even though the dad shoe trainer model like the 990s or the 2002R would be kind of hard to just blindly throw into your rotation, like you're probably gonna have a harder time randomly throwing this shoe into your current rotation that has never seen anything like it compared to the 550s. But I think it could set a good foundation for where your style might want to go if you put in some effort to style it properly. Like, oh, surprise, surprise! It takes effort to curate a cohesive wardrobe. Who would have thought? But with these options, like the 550s and the 990s, you can kind of choose your path on where you want to go, whether you want to make it simple or you want to try something new, from models that kind of master a classic silhouette to models that are kind of innovating where fashion might want to go. You got a lot of options, and it might be time to find some New Balance in your wardrobe. Okay, cool guys, thanks for watching the video, and thank you Squarespace for sponsoring my 5 hours and 50 minutes binge of looking at New Balances. Thank you very much. If you want to make a website, you can go ahead and click the link, squarespace.com/frugalstack for 10% off your first order, and also try the website builder. I sat here for 5 hours and 50 minutes for you, man. Also, clothing brand soon. That's gonna be huge, and the name reveal will be soon. Here's a teaser. All right, cool. You're probably getting nothing out of it. Like that probably gives you nothing. But it's a teaser. That's why it's called a teaser. Anyways, that's it. All right, cool.